What a shock, Nate. What a shock. The LA Lakers have been eliminated in the first round. But you know
And
who
there
else was
will
eliminated in the first round? LeBron James, making it his first ever first round elimination in NBA in his whole career in the NBA.
which means that there will be a new champion this year.
There will be a new champion this year. But the Phoenix Suns defeated the Los Angeles Lakers 4-2. They eliminated them. And the Phoenix Suns will advance to play the Denver Nuggets. So we'll make that prediction in this video as well, Nate. But going to the game, honestly, Nate, overall, until Anthony Davis got hurt, these were competitive games. I mean, we go to game one, and the Phoenix Suns win 99-90. Devin Booker led that game in points. He had 34. DeAndre Ayton had 16. Game two, the Lakers won 109-102. Anthony Davis had the most points with 34. Andre Drummond had the most rebounds with 12. You go to game three, the Los Angeles Lakers won 109-95. Anthony Davis had 34 points, and three players on that team tied for 11 rebounds. And those players were, I'm going to get to it. They're not even going to let me. Okay, that's good to know. But I couldn't really tell you who those three players were because they're not telling me who it was. They're just telling me three players tied, but it's all good. Game four, the Phoenix Suns defeated the Lakers 192. LeBron had 25 points, and DeAndre Ayton led in rebounds with 17. And then game five, the Lakers lost 115-85. Devin Booker had 30 points. DeAndre Ayton had 13 rebounds. And then game six, last game, the Lakers ended up losing, getting eliminated 113-100. And Devin Booker actually led the game in points and rebounds, which I found very, very interesting. Going to the actual stats of the players, Nate. Devin Booker led in points. He had 29.7 points per game, 6.2 rebounds, and 5 assists, which honestly, those are amazing numbers. Then DeAndre Ayton and Cameron Payne. Surprisingly, Cameron Payne was the third leading scorer. DeAndre Ayton, though, he had 15.8 points, 10.7 rebounds, and he had 0.7 blocks with 0.5 steals. And then Cameron Payne had 12.5 points, 3 rebounds, 3.3 assists, and 1.2 steals with 1 block. So I got to give him a lot of credit there too. But yeah, Nate, let me tell you something about this series. And actually, before I do that, let me go to the Lakers stats too, because I almost forgot. LeBron averaged 23.3, 7.2 rebounds, and 8 assists. Not bad, but again, I felt like he could have did a little bit better. The next one was Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis averaged 17.4 points per game, 6.6 rebounds, and 2.6 assists. Again, could have did better, but Anthony Davis, he was going through some injuries. And then Dennis Schroeder, he had 14.3 points per game, three rebounds, and 2.8 assists. And then in rebounds, the leader was Andre Drummond. He had 9 points, 11 rebounds. He had 0.8 steals and 0.6 blocks. So overall, I just feel like everybody on the Lakers could have did better, Nate. And again, same thing with the Phoenix Suns. Again, they had a good surprising guys like Cameron Payne really did step up. But I just feel like even the Suns could have did a little bit better. But let me tell you something. Devin Booker is a beast. Okay, Devin Booker is a beast. DeAndre Ayton, he had a good series as well, 15.8 and 10 rebounds. And he did very good defensively, protecting that paint. But I look at this series, Nate, and I got to give credit to somebody who I didn't even talk about, and that's Jay Crowder. Jay Crowder was dealt with a difficult task of guarding LeBron James, and he stepped up to the plate. He was extra physical with LeBron James. At some points, I was like, that's maybe a little too physical, but at the end of the day, it's basketball. Okay? It couldn't kill nobody. But I think Jay Crowder, especially last game, did an amazing job of guarding LeBron James. LeBron was very frustrated. It seemed like he couldn't catch a break. And the Phoenix Suns just did what they needed to do to win. They just did what they needed to do to win. And last but not least, I can't believe I forgot about this guy, Chris Paul. You know what surprises me the most about Chris Paul, Nate? Is the fact that Chris Paul in this playoff series, he averaged, 9.2 points per game. He averaged 3.5 rebounds and 7.7 assists. He had 1 steal and he had 0.2 blocks. So Chris Paul was really doing a great job of setting people up as well. He was doing a great job with that. And the Phoenix Suns overall, they did a great job. And Anthony Davis got hurt, which is unfortunate and unlucky. I do wish him the best of luck. But they just took advantage of that, Nate. The Phoenix Suns took advantage of that injury and capitalized on it. Again, Jay Crowder did a great job of guarding LeBron James, making sure that he wasn't comfortable with every look that he got. LeBron, and again, I thought in the last two games, I just thought the Lakers were letting their foot off the gas a little bit. It just actually I don't even know if they had their foot on the gas. That's how bad it was in Game 5. They just didn't have their foot on the gas, and again, LeBron ended up going into the tunnel with 5 minutes left, like he didn't really care. When you get that effort from your star player, the rest obviously, where does that lead them? And there were times in this game, Nate, where the Lakers were coming back, and it looked like they were about to come back in this game. And I said, ain't no way this team is going to win Game 6. And I'm looking, and then all of a sudden, the momentum just shifted right back to the Phoenix Suns late. Taylor Horton-Tucker made some great shots at the end of Game 6 to kind of keep them alive, but it just wasn't enough. The Phoenix Suns did what they needed to do to capitalize, and they did a great job with it. Jay Crowder did a great job of guarding LeBron James. He got really physical with him. He made LeBron James very uncomfortable, made LeBron very frustrated. And at the end of the day, it just wasn't enough. Now, okay, LeBron James, this is his first ever first-round elimination from the playoffs, okay? I do not want to hear LeBron James fans tell me he's the GOAT for the reason of he never got eliminated in the first round. That is no longer a thing. So you guys can take that argument and throw it out the window. I like LeBron. I got no problem with LeBron. Okay, I think he's the greatest player of our generation. Do I think he's the GOAT? No, I don't think he's the greatest of all time. But I will say this, okay? If I know one thing about GOATs, they take adversity and what they do with that adversity is they use it to fuel them for next season. Okay? So with that being said, I'll use an example. Tom Brady. He was with the Patriots. That last year with the Patriots, he goes to the wild card. He loses in the wild card to the Titans. What does he do? Okay, I'm going to leave this team, and I'm going to go to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. What does he do with the Bucs? He ends up winning a Super Bowl. Okay, GOATs know how to do those types of things. They know how to make that transition. What I expect from LeBron next year, him and Anthony Davis, I expect them to have a fuel under them that is unlike no other. I expect one of them to be an MVP candidate, okay? This Lakers team, I expect this Lakers team to be very, very dangerous next year, okay? When LeBron lost the 2011 finals to the Dallas Mavericks, okay? When he lost that finals, he came back the next year. He said, I'm going to wreck havoc on whoever that is. And he came in that next year and he balled out. I think 2012 had to be one of his best seasons. 2012 and 2013, both of those seasons were one of his best seasons. I expect the same thing from him next year. Okay? Use this first round loss as fuel. You've never been eliminated in the first round until this year. Use that as fuel to take you into next year. Now, as for the Phoenix Suns, they played a great game, and they got the Denver Nuggets coming up, Nate. If I had to pick a team to win this series, give me, trying to think, the Denver Nuggets, the Portland Trailblazers. Give me Phoenix in 7. Okay? I do think Jokic is going to be MVP. I think he's going to play like an MVP. But at the end of the day, I just think that big three with Devin Booker, DeAndre Ayton, and Chris Paul, I just think it's too much. So with that being said, give me Phoenix in 7. But this is going to be a very, very competitive series, Nate. And I can't wait to see it. But as for the Lakers, use this loss as fuel for next season. We went from defending champions. We went from champions to first round loss, elimination. Use that as fuel to get you back to where you need to be. Okay, once Anthony Davis got hurt, it wasn't the same. Nobody on that Lakers team was the same, including LeBron James. It just wasn't the same. Okay, now Anthony Davis has a full offseason to recover, get that ankle healed up. And it isn't, and again, Anthony Davis has just been plagued with injuries throughout his whole career, and it does suck because Anthony Davis is a great, great player. So I really hope next year he is fully healthy, and same thing with LeBron, to the point where they can end up making a big run in the West and end up possibly winning an NBA championship. Because let's be honest here, Nate. With the amount of games that LeBron James and Anthony Davis missed this year, okay, they weren't even really a 7-seed team. This team should have been in the top 3, top 5. With at least the top, at most, or at worst, the top 5 if they were all healthy. But they dropped to 7th. They had to play the Phoenix Suns. The Phoenix Suns are a great team, and they ended up outplaying them. But Again, I'm looking at this, Nate, and for the Lakers, use this loss as motivation for next season. As for the Phoenix Suns, okay, realize what you did to beat the Lakers in this series. Even though Anthony Davis was hurt, realize what you did in this series to win and apply that to the Nuggets. But at the end of the day, I got the Phoenix Suns winning in 7. I think it's going to be a great, great series. But at the end of the day, I just think if it came to Game 7, I think Chris Paul, Devin Booker, and DeAndre Ayton are going to get the job done. If everybody's healthy, okay, knock on wood that everybody is healthy. But I think it's going to be a great series played. Okay, I think both teams are very talented all around. We'll see what happens, Nate. As for the Phoenix Suns, congratulations on getting to the second round. Best of luck to you guys with the Denver Nuggets. As for the Los Angeles Lakers, you guys had a good season. Best of luck to you guys in the off season as well.
Yeah, congratulations to the Phoenix Suns moving forward. Los Angeles Lakers, best of luck to you guys in the off season. Yeah, Mario. Overall, this was a pretty good series. The Phoenix Suns did a really good job. As we expected, or for most of us anyway. We both had the Lakers winning the series, but that didn't happen. Um, so yeah, now the only question remains. What's next for the Los Angeles Lakers? Honestly, don't do anything to this team. Don't do anything to this team because, like you mentioned, if this team was healthy, it's a top 5, top 3 team. You know what I mean? So all I'm gonna say for the Lakers is as long as you're healthy, you're still competitive. You can add more to the core, but don't get rid of anything because you already had the pieces set in stone. It's just injuries. Injuries took over the team, and now it's really just that. But honestly, again, if I'm the Lakers, I'm not changing this core. Maybe add a couple of pieces if that's what you want to do. Personally, I don't think you need to add anything. I mean, I think you're just set in stone. I think the only real thing that's keeping you back is injuries. But again, whoever runs the Lakers organization, that's their decision to do. But one thing that I really liked at the end of the game, Mario, when the game ended, LeBron, I seen pictures of LeBron with Devin Booker. He actually gave him his jersey. They took a couple of pictures. That was really cool. I like to see that kind of stuff. And LeBron actually made a pretty funny comment after the game, Mario. He said, they asked him like a question. I forgot what the question was, but then he ended up saying, "I'm just gonna focus on the Looney Tune team or whatever it was." In reference to the new Space Jam movie, I think that's coming out in July. So I do hope to see that, and I hope that's a good movie too. I know why you went to LA, LeBron, because of Space Jam. I know why you went there. Nah, I'm just kidding. Shout out to LeBron James. I hope that movie's pretty good though. There's a lot of hype around it, so I am looking forward to it. But best of luck to LeBron James moving forward in the offseason. I hope he can fully recover as well. Because I know he was talking about how his ankle wasn't fully healthy as well. So he said he was gonna rest up for a little bit. So I do wish him the best of luck. Same thing with Anthony Davis. I know he got injured as well. I do wish him the best of luck as well. Same thing with the entire Lakers organization. Now going to Phoenix, okay? Yeah, I got Phoenix in 7 as well. I think this is going to be a really entertaining series. Um, Denver Nuggets done an absolutely incredible job this year, but I just don't think it's going to be enough to beat the Suns like you said. So you and me got Phoenix in 7. And yeah, we'll just see what happens moving forward. So with that being said, best of luck to both teams in the second round. Again, best of luck to the Lakers in the offseason and for next season. It's time to go back to the drawing board, and we'll see what happens.